ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back into another video. In today's video, we're going to be sharing the 3-month update of owning a BMW M340i. This is a 2023 car, and in today's video, what I'm planning on doing is sharing a little bit of what the inside of the car looks like, right? To give you guys just another view on what's going on, and also just sharing more of the money side of owning this type of car, even though it's only been 3 months. But obviously I've made 3 payments so far, and I promised you guys I was gonna do that in another video, but I haven't done another video, so I'll just include it into this one and share my couple of thoughts. I can get more into details later on in the future for sure, but I've ran into a couple things, and I'm going to share that in this video when it comes to finances, because we're going through a little situationship right now. And I don't mean relationship wise, I mean job wise. So I'm gonna share that. Of course, I'm gonna give you guys a view of the car. I'll give you guys a POV so you guys can see what I see when I'm driving this BMW M340i. But if you want to skip to anything that you came here to see, there's always gonna be chapters on the video, so skip to that. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, let's check inside real quick. So passenger seat, as you can see, I have my recording equipment, which they come so clutch. This is what you get the POV with. I put this around my neck so I can drive with both hands safely. And on top of that, you know, my regular tripod. The red seats, I think, are one of the best features in my car. The red, I'm not sure if these are considered red. I think this is another type of red, but I mean, regardless, it looks so nice. It feels good. The side, and then of course when you look up front and you get the POV from here, the steering wheel looks amazing. The whole dash no, it's not a dash cam, dashboard. The dashboard looks nice. The whole screen, I should say. It looks really nice, man. And now that I have the 3D backup camera, I want to park perfectly, which is kind of annoying sometimes, because I'm like, damn, I didn't park perfectly. Let me back it up again and just let me make sure that I'm like really aligned to the parking spot. This always telling you, you know, the speed and everything. Then of course you have the heads up display, as you can see just a little bit. You can see it right there, but I'm gonna show you a POV so you guys can see a better view when I'm driving. And of course we have the back seats, which I haven't shown you guys, but I have a shirt back there just in case. But this is what the back seat essentially looks like, right? Pretty good for three average size people, I'd say. Even if you're a little bit above average, I think you'll be all right. I think it's good, no problem. So all right, let's get this thing on the road real quick. Let me get everything set up and we'll head out and start talking. All right guys, as you guys can see, I have my Meta glasses on at the moment, because I wanted to give you guys a POV of what it is, how it looks like when I'm recording you guys, and then you guys are looking at me from that way. I thought it was pretty cool. I seen content creators do this, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do this for the community and my family. Of course, you know, Meta glasses I've used to record some content for shorts and smaller videos for my YouTube channel. So yeah, I thought it'd be pretty cool. So what's up, YouTube? So 3 months since I've had this car, maybe a little bit over 3 months. I bought this car in July, I believe, something along those lines. So it's been about a little over 3 months. Now, one of the things that I would say that I get the most with this car are definitely compliments. Now, I didn't get this car to get compliments. I did this for myself. I don't do things in my life for other people, you know, especially when it comes to material things. You know, I don't do this to show off. If anything, if I ever, you know, post videos like these online and stuff, I hope it motivates people. I hope it gives them reason to, you know, continue fighting, because I've always told myself, when I'm able to own the car that I really want, I know that I'm gonna be in a really good spot in life. And that was my train of thought, right? But I'm gonna give you a funny example. I pulled up to a restaurant one time, and actually I was leaving, and then there was this family coming along, and this family pulled out of a I think it was a Mercedes or something like that. And the mom of the family was like, oh my God, you have such a beautiful car. Like, it's truly like beautiful. And I was so happy. I was like, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the, you know, the compliment. And there was this little boy, I think, I'm assuming that's her son. He was like, oh my God, I've never seen a car like that, Mom. And I'm like, it made me smile, because I'm like, man, like the kid really appreciates how the car looks and how beautiful this car truly is. So it made my night. Although I will say, the dad, who I'm assuming was the dad, and the older son of the family, they didn't say any compliments. Now, of course, I'm not looking for compliments, but they were looking at the car for a while. And when the mom and the kid said that, I'm not sure if they were the happiest. Again, I was just like, hey, you know, it is what it is. But I did peep that, and I thought it was just funny, you know. But the fact that people notice it, they notice it very often. I think the color of the car, it's the Brooklyn gray, and people really truly, wow, my English language there. Man, I can't even speak today, chat. So the Brooklyn gray and the color of the car, that exterior color, it looks really, really beautiful. And that is the reason why it was hard to find this car when I was looking for it, because there weren't too many, you know, cars with the color that I wanted. On top of that, with the interior that I wanted. Now, the interior I was willing to work with. If it was black, I would have been okay. But the fact that it's red, I mean, it's just perfect. So it looks really, really nice, right? And, you know, people see that when they come into my car. They always compliment the seats, the color of the seats, the screen, right? It looks really, really nice. The interior, the lighting of the interior, and of course, the car sounds really nice. It drives really nice. But let's talk about the financial part of the car, right? I don't know what I did with I hope you guys can still hear me. But for some reason, I think I did something with my actual headphones were kind of sort of working. I'm not sure if they are still, but I just paused it just in case and restarted it just in case I needed it to. Anyways, let's talk about the monetary part, right? I wanted to get this car, a used BMW M340i, for around $50,000, $55,000. I was okay with. That was like my number after doing a whole bunch of research. Now, this car, when I first saw it, it was, when the guy came to, you know, with the paperwork, it was like $61,000. And I said, all right. What are we going to take off? What are we going to negotiate? Because I am definitely not doing 61. Not for a used car, all right? So we negotiated down all the way to like 57. The reason this car is a little bit more expensive is, one, because they try to hustle you. Rule number one of dealership, you know, they're going to try to hustle you. And two, it actually does come with all the packages that you can really think of. Like, it has essentially all the package of that the car can really get. So it made a little sense of the price, you know. Now 57, I was like, you know, I'm comfortable with that. It's time that I was gonna, you know, make a decision to buy the car. I was like, you know, I would do 57. Plus, it was 57. Also, I got gap insurance just in case. I'm getting a more expensive car. I wanted to make sure that if anything happens to the car, that I'm not gonna be owing anything on the car. I also don't want to make that decision. So I did pay about like another $1,000 for the car, right? But I'm telling you, it does have all the packages in it. It's around 20-something thousand miles for a 2-year-old car. 24, I think I bought it for a 2-year-old car, which was it's not bad, you know. It's not bad. Now, is it the best price? No, but then because of the demand of the color, the exterior of the car, the Brooklyn gray, and then the interior of the car, that demand, people were asking for. So that what naturally, you know, dealerships, they charge more, right? They really charge more. It's unfortunate for us, but supply and demand, you know, basic economics. So I was cool with it. I said, you know, it's time to pull the trigger. If by any chance I can't, you know, do anything else, I would substitute the car and go back to a 330i, right? Anyways, so the monthly payments after a whole bunch of stuff, it's around $1,000 a month. I think I put several $1,000s down as a down payment. And then obviously when they charge you taxes and a whole bunch of stupid fees off the ass, which you can actually negotiate, but I wasn't really thinking about wasting time, to be honest. I think, he worked with me, I worked with him, close the deal, right? So it's about $1,000 a month. Now it's a lot of money. $1,000, it's a lot of money. It's not something to sneeze at. But the reason I did it was because, again, $1,000 for me, it's only about 12 to 13% of what I make monthly. So only about 12 to 13% of the $1,000 is what it's going towards the car. So the rest, obviously, it's for other things in my salary, or what I earn. So I did not want to put myself in a situation where all I'm doing is working to pay my car. Obviously, I think I'm in a better spot in life. I'm a single man. I rent my parents' basement. So my highest bill is my car, because I don't have a family yet, right? I don't have a house. I don't have an apartment. And I was like, you know what? If I'm ever going to own a car, it's probably this at the moment, and see how it feels. Now, this car is almost twice the payment that I had for my 330i. So, I was doing the math when everything was going down. The reason I even tell you all of this is because I hope that when you guys decide to get a car, that you guys are actually in a good financial situation. Don't just get the car and let it be half your income. This is not a financial advice. This is just my personal thoughts and opinions. But I think you guys definitely want to be in a good situation. So yeah. So it's about $1,000 plus. If you think about the insurance, I paid about $2 something for the car. I have full coverage and a little bit of extra stuff to the insurance to make sure, because again, it is a decent pricey car, and I want to make sure that if anything happens to it, that I'm taken care of. To me, I'm more of a prevention guy than anything else. So that is the reason why I added things that I know if the car went to go total or something, that I'm covered completely, But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section to see what you guys think. It's not like I buy cars every day, but I also I know where I'm at financially, and I think I'm okay with it. Although I will say, this is the bump that we've ran to recently. As you guys have heard as well, I work for the federal government. And if you guys have watched any news recently, well, the government has been in a shutdown. And it has been in the shutdown, and we are not going to work at the moment. So essentially, we're not getting paid, right? At the moment, we're not getting paid. So obviously, paying $1,000 a month, over several months, it's not the most ideal, right? I do have some savings, of course, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But then I thought that the shutdown was gonna last maybe a couple weeks, but in reality, it could last until the end of this year, 2025. So in total, we would have been, not working for 3 months. And on top of that, 3 months, 3 times 1,000, that's $3,000 that's coming out of your savings on just the car plus the insurance. That adds up really quickly, and I had to start thinking about certain decisions that I could make with my car. I will say, typically from a shutdown, we get our money back. We get back pay. So if you don't work for 2 months, right, all those days that you missed, you get those back in one lump sum. So essentially, I'm still going to get paid. I just don't know for how long, because I thought that it was not going to be that long. And what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to wait out until the end of the year. I'm going to continue paying my car, do what I have to do, and then see what happens in the new coming year, which will be our second quarter. So in January, if things don't look like they want to settle down with the government, I might have to start making decisions on the car to see if I'm going to exchange it for something cheaper. All right? I'm also not gonna spend all my savings just on paying off the car. It's not smart. Although, again, I will get that money back. But I was thinking about that for a little bit. Now, I don't know if we'll get that far. I think that's pushing it, if I'm being honest. But you never know nowadays with the whole bunch of crap that's going crazy. So, but at the moment, I'm good. Thank God. I'm doing all right. It's not a problem. Again, I told you guys I'm a single man. I make, you guys can do the math on what I make after the numbers that I told you. But you know, I'm not in a bad situation. And plus, one thing I do, I actually pay this car a month ahead of time, essentially almost a month ahead of time, if I'm not mistaken. So, so for like the last month and a half, I really haven't paid for the car. And typically, what I do is I split the payments. I pay $500 every 2 weeks, so I won't just pay the full $1,000. It's something I feel like it's more doable for me. I'm more comfortable with, right? I was getting a place in El Salvador, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that anymore because the way the situation that's going with the federal government, you know, we're gonna have to be careful and make some financial decisions, right? I don't have any pride when it comes to, you know, giving this car up, or if I have to make other financial decisions. You just gotta do what you have to do, right? I am blessed to have a job that has paid me, really well over time, and that's just, you know, it's a blessing, right? But yeah, that's what I pay for the car a month. I think I got the interest rate for about like 8 point something. This is the first car that I've ever gotten on my own. I always bring my mom into the deals because she has a lot of really good credit, and even though my credit has been really good, I don't know why now, or maybe it's a nowadays thing. They're really stingy with giving like really good interest rates, man. Banks in general. And my credit score is actually really good. I make really good money, and I've showed them, right, that I make, you know, over 6 figures. But it doesn't matter sometimes. I'm like, dang, like it's still. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go on my own this time, even though it's 8.9. That's fine. I can refinance it in about 6 months, a year. We'll see. Again, we'll make decisions then, and we'll see what happens. But that is what I'm paying for the car. Again, I always make sure that I pay the car ahead of time because the monthly payments, because one, it helps you with the interest rate, and also when situations like this happen, right, where, you know, you could have payments ahead of time and not essentially worried about it for a minute. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated, see if we need to make any more decisions in the future, but let you guys know. So right now, let's do a little bit of a POV of my driving. I think what I'm gonna do is turn around and get back on the freeway, and just maybe head home a little bit. All right. Maybe. Holy smoke, dude. Oh, man. Oh, you guys can hear that. I hope you guys can hear that. So I had to make a little quick stop because my phone was, the sun was hitting it. So it was getting a little bit too hot for my liking. So I pulled over. I also put some slips in, you know, on Price Picks, real fast. So I was just there for a little bit, and then I made sure that my phone got a little bit cooler before I started recording again. Although I think it's because the sun was hitting it right here, as you guys can see on your right. But hopefully you guys can have a good view. I'm noticing that when I turn, the camera shakes a little bit too much for my liking. So I don't know if I have to do anything to the way I have it set it up on my neck. But I think you guys get a good view. You can barely see the display right there, the heads-up display, which I think it's such a dope feature. Whenever you switch songs, it shows you the song, right? You know, also, if there's like a bump ahead, or like there's some type of like unbalanced road ahead, a couple, 100 feet, it tells you that the road is unbalanced. Don't ask me how it knows, but it does. And I thought that was like such a cool, feat. I was like, wow, that's kind of dope, not gonna lie. But let's see, get a little. Oh man, that's so dope. It feels so good every time you floor it, man. Let me tell you, it's just the only thing I think about. I'm like, dang, what does an M3 feel like? But this, to me, I'm like, this is good enough. Imagine if like stage tune it to like stage 1, and I have like another like 50 to 70 horsepower to this. That's definitely more than enough for me. I'm not even a quick driver. Like, I'm not a fast driver. If anything, I'm pretty chill. But I do enjoy and have my moments where I speed up, just to enjoy the car a little bit. You know, obviously nothing crazy. It's just I feel like knowing, like I mentioned in the videos before, knowing that I have the amount of power that I have in the car is just so nice. And on top, let's get on this freeway real quick. Oh, there's a cop right there. How about that? By the way, you guys, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I got pulled over by a cop for my tinted windows when I first got the car. I mean, I think I mentioned it. But the car was the cop was tripping, man. All my windows were down because there was a bug in my car. So I rolled all my windows down. So when he pulled me over, he was like, "You know why I pulled you over?" I was like, "No." And he was like, "Oh, because you're tinted windows." And I was like, "Oh, that's funny," because like all my windows were down. So I was like, "Which one did you pull me for?" You know? And he didn't say that it was like the front of my car, right? Because it is tinted. But I think this is illegal tinted, the front, if I'm not mistaken. The size, though, he did say that they were 18%. And but I'm like, how were you able to tell if my windows were down? And I was like, you know what? Never mind. I was like, here's my license and my, you know, here's my license. So he tried to tell me that the small little window in the back of the car, like like there's this little one you can't roll down. You know what I'm saying? Like the little frame. He was like, I pulled you over because of that one. And I said, boy, why are you lying? Why the fuck are you lying? And I think he may have his camera on, because I would have disputed that. I was like, nah, you tripping, bro, because all my windows were down, so I know you capping. And when he pulled me over, my windows, all of them were down. So it's not like I was lying, you know? And on top of that, when he told me to pull my window up, my dumbass, I rolled my windows all the way up. Like all the way up. And he was like, pull it down. So I was like, all right. So the windows were down. And he was like, nah, bro, just leave it at the middle. And I'm like, oh, that's what you was trying to say. My bad, bro. I didn't know what he was trying to say. You know, you're telling me put it up, put it down. I'm like, which one is it, bro? So anyways, he literally came back like a minute later, you know, a minute later. And he pulled to the side, to my left side. He pulled to my window. And he gave me my license. He was like, you're free to go, bro. He didn't even like come and look at me, homie. He didn't even like stop by and was like, all right, cool. You know, you're free to go. Just next time, you know, make sure. None of that. He was like, all right, bro, you're free to go. And I think it was because I actually had a case as to why he had pulled me over. It was just straight BS. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously I wasn't speeding. If anything, I was at a light. And then when I passed it, then he pulled me over. So I found that really sus, man. Just cops, they be on some BS. I'm not sure if this is because I had a really nice Beamer and it was like midnight almost. Midnight club. But I found out a weird interaction. He didn't even say why he let me go. I just know before he got my license, I made my points. But I want to know what you guys' thoughts on that situation was. Because I do have really nice tinted windows. It's just the way he pulled me over was really sus, you know, and I think I did make my case. And he came to the side of my window. He didn't even look at me, bro. He just kind of, you know, extended his arm, gave me my license, and called it a night. And when he said, you're free to go, I said, all right, bro, appreciate it. And I dipped. I got out there so quick, I dipped, bro. It was just a weird interaction. But anyways, like I was mentioning earlier, what was I saying? Now I forgot what I was saying. But the car, you know, going back to the car itself, I mean, hey, you know, we're still out here. Let me see if I can do this a little bit. There you go. Damn, bro. As you guys can see, I have my car in sports mode, so when I slow down, you can hear it. When I speed up, you can hear it. You can hear a little bit of everything. And surprisingly, for a Friday afternoon, it's kind of packed out here, man. But yeah, my experiences so far in the car. I'm going to see what else I can. I was gonna mention. So the car is aesthetically pleasing, of course. The outside, the interior, the wheels, the red calipers that the car has. It's really, really nice. And I feel like it's a really good blend of colors. So what I'm planning on doing is I wanted to get side skirts to my car, and also I wanted to get like the front lip in my car. I think it will look amazing. If I don't get the side skirts, I'll do what I did on the last one for my other BMW, where I just covered it like the sides in black, and they still look really nice. And then the top, the roof, I want to get it black as well. I want to get it covered black. I forgot what it was called now. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank here. Capping it? No. It's called, I got it on top of my tongue. The tip of my tongue. No diddy. I want to cover it black. For some reason, I can't think of it. I want to wrap it. Thank you, Lord. So I want to wrap it. Well, that's a nice car right there. I want to wrap it. So I want to wrap it black. If not the sides, I'm going to wrap it black as well. And then the top, definitely the roof, I want to wrap it black. It's going to look so cool. But of course, the federal government shutdown situation has prevented a little bit of that going on, because you're gonna have to make different moves. You got to move a little bit different at the moment. So I did want to do it. There's a friend from high school that does a lot of car work, and he has a really nice shop. What I'm going to do is, maybe when I wrap it, I'm going to put all his info down. So if you guys are in the state of Georgia, you guys can go to him, and he can do and show you guys all of that. But I definitely want to wrap it black. I think my car will look even much better. The sides will look better, but definitely I want a front lip. A front lip will look nice in this car. And I feel like those additions and those little exterior mods will make such a huge difference in the car. The next thing that I can think of is getting black rims. But then again, the rims that it has now, they're beautiful, man. Two-tone, I think, color rims. And it just looks so nice. Let's get a little bit mixy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, I'm hitting 100 already. Holy. Yo. But see, this is, oh my God. See, this is the thing with a car like this, bro. I hit 100, I kid you not. I probably thought I was hitting like 70 or 80. This, driving a car like this, a Beamer in general, even in my M340i, I remember that constantly you think you would be hitting, 50, 45, and you're hitting like 70, 75. It's so smooth, man. Like, this car was meant for driving, and it's so smooth on the road. And if the road is smooth, miraculously, these roads are smooth. It just, you just go, and then and then sometimes it gets out of hand really quickly, but it's because you feel like you're just gliding, for lack of better words. You feel like you're gliding in this car. And yeah, I did not think that I was hitting 100 right there. I really thought I was hitting less, but this is with the type of car that you have at the moment. So, but yeah, 3 months has been a really good experience. I've taken care well of this car, of course. I clean it very often, actually, probably like once a week. it doesn't really get any dirty. I have my brother-in-law at the moment, or my sister's boyfriend. He does car detailing, so I tell him every now and then to clean it, do a really good job. And I can leave his information if you guys want a car detailer as well. He's cheap. He's in college at the moment, trying to make it happen, and he's really, really good, right? And really professional. So if you guys want that, leave them in the comments below too, if you live here in the state of Georgia. And the state of Georgia. But yeah, keep my car clean. I make sure it's all good as much as I can. Always make sure that my car's filled up with gas. And let me tell you why I say that. When I was in college, I used to let my car go all the way down to like the E mark. And there was this one time, actually this wasn't even college yet, this was high school, when I had my Honda Accord. I think it was like a 98 Honda Accord. And I left it at E, and my car did not turn on. And I was thinking that something was wrong with the car. And it was because it was just lack of gas, Another time, I had my first BMW, the 328i, and it wasn't at E yet. It was close to E, but I was on a hill. I was on a hill, and it was kind of steep, right? And I guess that moved the gas inside enough so that it put it at an angle. And when I tried to turn my car on, my car was not turning on. And it turned off. And then I tried to turn it on, and it wouldn't turn on. It was not until I let the cars behind me pass me, and then I had to go back down the hill, right, in reverse. And then I had to let my car settle flat. So then I guess it will tell the car that there is gas in my car, and it turned on. And I said, you know what? Never again. So my cars, I don't let it now, especially now that I have, I had my 330i and then this 340i. And I never let it pass the quarter mark. So how there's 4, right? Quarter, half, 3/4, and then full. So I never let it go below the quarter mark. And it's rare if it does, but I literally tried not to, because I don't want to have any of those troubles ever again with my car. It's just a pain for that can be avoided. And on top of that, I'm not sure if it's healthy for your car anyways. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a little bit 3-month update. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you have a BMW M340i, congratulations. That's really, really dope. I think it's really cool. And if you're planning on coming into the BMW M340i, welcome, to the family. It's been a really good 3 months with this car so far, for sure. Especially with a lot of things going on in my life, with my health issues, still trying to find out what's going on. It's a blessing having a little bit of fun every now and then, Again, I've said this in the past, it's not all about the material world. Make sure you concentrate on your family. Make sure you concentrate on the Lord. Concentrate on your well-being, your mental health. Build a relationship with the Lord, and eventually He will provide everything that you want for. And maybe if those plans, you don't think that they are working out at the moment, just remember that sometimes God destroys your plans, because those plans could have destroyed you, and you have to trust the process. And trust me, saying those words are not easy, because I've had a difficult journey with my health, and even through then, I still am able to perform well at my job enough to provide for myself, to invest in my future, and also, thank God, having something like this. So there is a bigger picture to this. It's not all about materials, especially if you're a younger person. I know we want a lot of things in life, and we want them to come fast. But sometimes, man, we have to learn lessons in the process. It does matter. It builds you a little bit different. And God does have a plan for you, and He does want to bless you. So, yeah, those are the words that I want to leave you guys with. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. show some love. If you have any questions, if I misspoke by any chance about things that I don't know about the car or said something wrong, you can correct me in the comment section. I have no problem with that. I love learning. I'm still learning about my car, believe it or not. So to the car guys out there, don't get mad at me. Just, I'm just a fan. I'm enjoying it. I heard that I was a car guy now because I do have a car and I love cars. So I'm a car guy now officially by the YouTube section. So I appreciate that. But yeah, man, don't forget to show some love. If you guys want any more content or any other type of content that you want me to share with you guys with this car, just let me know. So as always, look at the trees, man. The fall. It's coming. It's beautiful. Oh, Georgia. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one. As always, peace and love, familia. Deuce.